Hello my dear students, how are you today? Our lesson today is about decimal number. What is a decimal number? It's a new topic. Okay, the decimal number is a number which consists of from whole number like this and this point, and its name is decimal point. And from the right to the decimal point we have the decimal part. The decimal number is a number which consists of decimal part and decimal point and whole part. The number which have decimal point. And to read a decimal number like this, its name is 15.57. Now we'll study together about the place value if we have a decimal point. Here is the decimal point, okay? The first number from the left is the unit, after unit tens, hundreds, thousand, and so on, as we know. And what about with the numbers from the right? The first number, its name is tenths. Its name is what? Tenths, yeah, and it's equal 1 over 10. And the second number from the right, its name is hundredth. The place value of it is hundredth. Okay, and its value is 1 over 100. After 100 we have thousand, okay, and so on. Here write the numbers below in the correct boxes. The first one, 129. Look with me while reading the number. We start from after the decimal point, the left part, the whole part, 129.12. 129.12. We'll start with the whole part. The whole part here is 129. Where is the units here? The units here is 9. Excellent. So I write 9 here in the units. What about the tens? The tens here is 2. So I write 2 here on tens. Okay, and hundreds we have 1. So I write 1 on hundreds. Okay, and we have here the decimal point. What is the tenths? The tenths is the first number after the decimal point from the right. Which number here? It's 1. So I write 1 here in tenths. Okay, and I write 2 on 100. Because we have here 2. Okay, let's solve. You can solve number B with yourself. Let's solve C together. We have here this big number, but look with me. We have here a decimal point. Neglect it and go to the right, the left part. We have here 110,234. We have units, tens, hundred, thousand, 10,000, and 100,000. So I write my numbers here. The units here is 4. So I'll put 4 here in units. Okay, tens is 3. So I write 3 here in tens. Okay, what about 100? 100 here is 2. So I write 2 here in hundreds. After hundreds we have thousand. Thousand here is 0. Okay, so write the 0. Okay, 10,000 is 1 and 100,000 is also 1. So I write 1 here on 1,000 and another one here on 100,000. We had wrote the whole part. There is the decimal part. Decimal point is already written here. We need to rewrite the decimal part. The first number here is 1. Its place value is tenths. So I write here in tenths. Write this 1. Okay. And the 100 here is 2. So I write 2 here on hundreds. And the thousand here is 3. I write 3 here. So our number is written here. And don't forget the place value of the numbers from the left side to the decimal point are units, tens, hundreds, thousands, and so on, as we know. And from the right side is tens, hundreds, thousands, and so on. Here, let's read with me. Fraction with base 10 in denominator, 10 or 100 or 1000, can be written as a decimal. The first fraction here is 3 over 10. The down number here is 10, so I can write it in this form, 0.3, and read as 3 tenths because the place value of 3 here is tenths, or 0.3. Here we have 14 over 100. I can write it as 0.14 or 1400. Okay, here I have 7 and 28 over 1000. 7 is the whole number, and I said before, if we have a decimal number, we have whole part and decimal part. The whole part here is 7, so I write this 7 and put the decimal point. Now I have 28 over 1000, so it's 28,000. Okay, the place value of this 8 is 1000, okay, of 2 is 100, and we don't have tenth, so I put 0. Here the question is, write each of the following in digits. 5 tenths. Look with me to the place value here. Here the decimal point. The first digit from the right side, its name is tenths. Okay? And the left side is the whole part. Here we have just 5 tenths and we don't have any number in the whole part. So to write the number here will be 0.5. We have 5 in the place value of tenths, so I write 5 here. Question B, 293 and 1/10. We have 293 as a whole part, so I write 293 whole part, and 1/10, so in the place value of tenths I write 1 by this way, 293 decimal point and 1. Question C, I have 42 tenths. I don't have here whole part. Let's see. We have here 42 tenths, but the place value of any number, the home of the place value of any number, can carry just one digit, and here I have 2 digits, which is 42, so I write 42, but the 4 will go to the left. From the tenth it will go to the left with ones. The answer will be 4.2. Here I have 58 tenths by the same way. 58 tenths. The tenths can carry just one digit. So we'll take the digit from the right, which is 8, and 5 will go to the left with 100, with the units. I'm sorry. Question E, 85 and 4/10. 85 is the whole part, so I write 85. And the decimal part I have here 4/10. The answer will be 85.4. We said before that we can write any fraction as a decimal if the down number is 10, 100 or 1000 and so on. Now if the down number is not 100, 1000 or 10, how can I write this fraction as a decimal number? We have here some notes. The first note is 2 multiplied by 5 equal 10. 2 multiplied by 5 equal 10. 4 multiplied by 25 equal 100. The third one is 8 multiplied by 125 equal 1000. These notes are important? Yeah, it's very important. Why? Because I use it to convert the fraction from any number to 10, 100 or 1000 to make it able to be written as a decimal. Here the question, if possible, convert the denominator to a power of 10. Power of 10 meaning 10, 100, 1000 and so on. The fraction here is 1/5. The denominator here is 5. To make it power of 10, we will go to this node. This node says if we have 5 multiplied by 2 to make it 10. Okay, I multiply 5 by 2 to make it 10. But do you remember while studying together the equal fraction? We said that if we multiply the down number by any digit, I must multiply the up number also by the same digit. So here I had multiplied 5 by 2. I must multiply 1 also by 2. Down number would be 5 multiplied by 2 equal 10. And up number is 1 multiplied by 2 equal 2. So 1 over 5 is the same as 2 over 10. And the question here is write it as a decimal. How to write it as a decimal? We said before, to write it as a decimal, I write this number as it is. Down number has how many zeros? 1 0. So I'll put the decimal point here after one digit. Or 2 over 10 meaning 2 tenths. And this number is 2 tenths. Here the question is write each of the following as a decimal. We have here some fraction. The first one is 4 over 10. Down number here is 10. Okay, if the down number is 10, it's easy. 4 over 10 meaning 4 tenths. 4 tenths meaning I'll write 4 in the place value of tenths would be 0.4. Here I have 62 as a whole part and 5 over 10. So I write 62 in the whole part. 5 over 10 meaning 5 tenths. So I write 5 here. Now I have 86 over 10. 86 over 10 equals what? Equal as a decimal. I write 86 as it is by this way. 86 here. Okay. This is the answer? No, this is not the answer. Over 10. 10 has 1 0, so I'll come here after one digit, after the first digit which is 6, and put the decimal point, so our answer will be 8.6. Here I have 784. I write 784 as it is. Okay. Over 10. Over 10 meaning I'll put the decimal point after just one digit. So after one digit, after 4, I'll put the decimal point here. The answer will be 78.4. Easy? Okay. If we have example like this, 3 over 5. How to write it as a decimal? We said before, to write a question like this as a decimal, go back to our note. When we have 5 down, we must multiply it by 2 to make it 10. 5 multiplied by 2 equal 10. 10 will be down. While multiplying the down number by 2, we must multiply the up number also by 2. 3 multiplied by 2 equals 6. So will be 6 over 10, which is 6 tenths. The answer will be 0.6. Now you can solve the rest with yourself. See you soon. Goodbye.